Hello, my name is Dale Wilhite. I'm right now in Alpine, Wyoming. If you want to find out anything about me, go to MySpace, Facebook, or Twitter where I have accounts. This here's a simple message about what these terrorists from Yemen are doing and something that you may not know. First of all, be aware that what they're trying to do, and this is not, the Uncle Sam, or I'll call him Nanny Sam now, isn't going to tell you this. And I don't think even the people in the media that may know about this are going to say anything either because they don't want to scare people. And it's not my intention on scaring anybody either. Uh, they're trying to get a nuke through. That's what they're going to be trying to do. I mean, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to know that. This may be more of a dry run than they think it is. The experts saying, well, this is not a dry run. Well, it could be a dry run. Uh, Here's the other thing you also have to keep in mind, or if you don't know this yet, there are about 70 briefcases filled, nuclear briefcases from Russia that have never been found. They went missing after the end of the Cold War. Don't know where they went. So you need to be advised that there's always a possibility that one of these planes gets over into the United States airspace and lands, and about the time it lands, that nuke may go off. And of course, to me, the target, if I were a terrorist, would be Washington, D.C. New York would be fine, but Washington, D.C. would be even better, especially for the obvious reasons. That's why I think eventually one day you're going to see Washington, D.C. in such a situation or incident where a nuke has been set off, it's going to become a police state. The whole city itself will become like a police state. And I wouldn't be surprised if they moved the Pentagon out here to Wyoming somewhere out in the out where it can, where people going in and out can be monitored, checked, and making it impossible for terrorists to attack. Right now, leaving the Pentagon in Virginia like that is absolutely ridiculous because it's an easy target. You can see even a person can drive up in the car, shoot at the Pentagon, and then take off. Or persons or whoever might have done that. I don't know. Somebody seriously got a serious problem out there. What they're doing is going to get them put in jail for life if they get caught, and that's where they belong, of course. But that's another reason because you have so much of our, government so close together, that it's becoming dangerous. Uh, and if a nuke ever gets through, that's it. Out here in Wyoming, they could put the Pentagon in such a place. Uh, it may take about maybe 10, 15 miles, for people to have to drive through this, go through a gate, which their car would be checked for, any type of weapons or like that, just to get to work every day to the Pentagon. And it would just be no flyovers, be a no-fly zone and things like that. The other thing concept I've been pitching that's really important to keep a possible nuke from being shipped to America, by sea, of course, is for the creation of something called, I call them Coast Guard ocean Coast Guard stations. They need to build these things, and they can be built up on oil platforms. Remember, an oil platform is basically a ship. It can just up and take off, or be pulled, or put on a ship and moved. That's what they need to do. They need to put these on an oil platform, build Coast Guard stations in shipping lanes, where they can stop a ship that they suspect of possibly having something on it that they shouldn't. Let's just say it that way. And if it's found out there, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles out in the ocean, or thousands, and it's detonated, it's better there than at some American harbor. So even though I'm the one that's come up with the idea of ocean Coast Guard stations, I've been doing so for maybe 7 or 8 years now. I have a feeling that one day the government's going to figure it out, and they're going to realize that this is a really good idea, that they're needed so they can stop ships way out in the ocean to be checked and inspected for possible nuclear weapons. That's something that's coming down the line somewhere along the way. I just hope they get my idea before it's too late and do something with it, because they're putting us at risk. Remember, about 93% of all the cargo that comes to the United States is not inspected. It may go in through other ports, and they say they inspect it there, but we can't trust people in other countries, to really be who couldn't be bought off or be part of a terrorist cell. It's not that hard. So that's just something to keep in mind. But don't be surprised if one of these parcels comes through. And again, Uncle Sam, or Nanny Sam now, isn't going to tell you this, has a nuke in it. Again, they can be put in parcels. They can be put in a briefcase. They can be put in luggage. And that's something you'd have to probably, I guess you could research it. I haven't tried to research it yet. but I'm sure you could research it and find that to be so. And there's a lot of nuclear material missing from Russia right now. And with North Korea having nuclear weapons, with Iran getting a hold of nuclear weapons, it's just a matter of time before terrorists get it. Because these people, these extremists, are intent on starting Armageddon. They believe that Armageddon will usher in a one world of Islam, a Muslim world. And they think it's going to wipe out all the Jews and the Christians. And without this nuclear war, you can't have a one world where everybody is Muslim. That's their major goal. That's their only goal, is to kill off the Jews, kill off all the other people who belong to all other religions, and form a one world under Islam. That's what this war is all about. Something these idiots in the media are not going to tell you, and then I'm certainly going to tell you, because it ain't politically correct. That's what they're for. Just like in the Vatican. What's the Vatican's main goal? Is one world where everybody's Catholic. Of course they would like to rule from Jerusalem, and that's and convert everybody to Catholicism. But and that's what part of the Crusades were about. Of course they don't do that now, even though in the Second Vatican Council they didn't exactly, let's say, condemn the Inquisitions and call for its abandoning it. But you just can't get away with an Inquisition today like that. And of course, most Catholics, 99.9% of all Catholics are peace-loving people just like you and I. They don't believe in forcing the religion on anybody. But anyhow, don't be surprised if a nuke is what is really happening here, and that this is really a dry run. Because the FBI and the CIA and Interpol and all them are not going to tell you the truth. They're just not going to do it, because it would cause panic. And of course, there's no reason to panic, because again, there's nowhere to run, there's nowhere to go, to hide from it. You can't hide from these things. When it comes, it comes. We just have to be prepared. Anyway, thank you for your time, and all we can do is hope for the best.